Hi, I'm Paul Opoya, your design pro. Welcome to this episode of our ArchiCAD project. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more tutorials in ArchiCAD. At the same time, don't forget to turn on your notification for daily updates. This is where we had stopped in our previous episode, and for this particular episode, we are going to carry on with the modification. That is, we are going to work on the facades of our building. At the same time, we shall do the roofing. So let us dive into the design. Let me go to my ground floor. This is my ground floor. I'll click on it. For this ground floor, remember we are going to have an outdoor parking around here just after our steps. So I will first use the line tool to demarcate how I want my parking to work. Then also I'll go on adding some ducts around the building. So let me start with the lines. I come under document, I pick the line tool, click on it. Now I want my duct to offset from this main wall. I want it to offset 1 meter. So let me first Control D for dragging this line. I Control D back, I move it 1 meter, 100. Then the same way, I'm assuming my cars are parking here from this step, so I'll need a distance. Let me give it a distance of 5.5 meters in front. So I'll Control Shift D, that is for moving a copy. I'll give it 5.5. Actually, even 5 meters. Can go with 5 meters. Enter. So that means I will want my parking to stop here. Then for the duct, I'm going to put here my duct. Let me first extend this wall. When I click on it, I can simply come, pick this node. Then I use this first option, which stretches the end. I just come, I stretch it up to here. Or if I don't want to do that, let me Control Z. I can click on the wall, then I come and adjust it. Click on this, I adjust it to this line, so it will definitely reach here. So let me create a duct here. I'll come, pick this wall, I draw it here. So for this wall, let me give it 150 thickness instead of 200. 150. Then I'll come, Control D, I'll move it here. I'll join the two. I hold on to Shift, I join these two. Then this one, I also want it 150, so I'll just pick parameters of this wall of 150. I come and I inject it in this one. So that means this is also 150. So I'll give it a distance, or the duct width, I will give it 300. I'll go with 300. Since I'm going to have a lot of ducts, I can give it 300. I click on the wall, come pick this, holding Shift, I join them, I extend this wall to this one, I click on it, I come and adjust from here. This is the adjust tool, I click on it, I adjust it, I pick the middle. Since my lines were drawn in the middle. Then I also need a column which will work at the same time as a duct for me. So I'm going to pick parameters of this 150mm thick wall to use it for the duct. I'll pick this. I come draw it like this. Let me use this. Let me use this second geometrical method, the chain geometrical method. I'll do this. Hold on shift to make sure it is straight. I'm going to give it 300. Then the length, let me give this 1 meter. I join the two. So let me join all of them at once. I come and intersect. So I'll select all of them so that I move them in line. Let me first join these two lines. I click on this one, then I hold on shift, I come and click on this, I intersect them. So I'll want this to be at the corner so that they're in line. Control D, that is to move the selected. Come, move it there. So I'll have my cars come, or my single car, then parks there. Let me extend this wall a bit in front. Let me pick my lines. I come under document, I click on the line tool, I draw my line there. Control D, I go back. Let me move it at 1.5. So I'm going to extend this wall in front. Hold on shift so that it remains in a straight line. So I'll have my car parked here. Then you shall have some planters around here and also this side. And let me increase on my ducts, on the length of the ducts. Let me give this 1.2. I type Enter on the keyboard. So I'll join the 3. Hold on to shift. I select all the 3. I join them. So I'll need also another duct around this corner. And let me also create a duct around here so I can extend this wall. Let me first pick the line tool. Control D, that is for dragging. I hold on to shift so that is in line. Control D, I move it back. I give it a distance of 1 meter. 0, enter. So I extend this up to here. Then I will come, pick the parameters of this 150mm thick wall like this. Then I come and draw it here. Hold on to shift that I'm in line. So I'll move this a bit to reach my line like that. I select the 2, I join them. Then for the distance, I can give it 250. 250. Then I type Enter on the keyboard. So I join the 2. I have something like that at the back. So let us go to 3D and we check out what we have done so far. So this is what we have. But remember, we need this wall to reach down. We can either have the wall in the foundation or to just move this wall down, but it's always better to have it also from the foundation. So I'll come to my foundation floor, I click on it, I type Alt F2 for tracing. So I want to trace above my foundation level. That means I want to trace the ground floor. So Alt F2, yeah, the wall is already traced. So for this particular wall, which is around here, I can draw it, then I will move it in 3D. So I pick parameters of this wall. Actually, this wall comes up to here. Yes. Then I'll pick parameters. I'm going to draw the duct here. Then I'll adjust it from the 3D. I enter. So when I come back to my 3D, for this wall, I will just move it to be in line with this. I come, click on this node, then I stretch the length. So I'll stretch the length up to here. Good. I come this side to also work on these ones. So these ones are 150. I'll select the 4. I give them thickness of 150. I change from here 150 mm. Enter. Escape several times. So I'll move this wall to come in line with this one. So I type Ctrl D on the keyboard, that is to move. Ctrl D. I come and move it in this line. The same to this, Ctrl D. I come, move it at that point. Rotate this side. Click on this, Ctrl D. I'll come and move it at this point. Now I rotate this side the same way. I'll click on this, Ctrl D. I will move it at this corner. So now I can join my walls. I hold on to Shift, I select multiple. So I join this, rotate around, I come, I join this also as well. Hold on to Shift, select multiple. So I'll have something like that. That is for the front. Remember, we have a shade for our master bedroom up. So I'm going to create a slab. I come to my first floor. I'm going to trace the ground floor. How do I trace the ground floor? I type Alt F2 on the keyboard. So it is not showing me the ground floor. Let me come here. I choose preference. I come to below current story. So that means I can see what is down, that is the ground floor. The current story is first floor. So now I'm going to draw my slab around here. I'll come to the slab tool, it is under design. I click on it. I'm going to sketch out my slab. I'm going to use this method, the geometrical method of drawing it, which is called a polygonal method. It is the first method. I'll click on it. I come, I'm going to draw it from here. I come, mark off here, get it here. I hold on to Shift. I want it in line with this. I come up to there. I draw it like this. I come here. I join it here, back here. Hold on to Shift so that is in line. Pick this, then finish from where I'd started from. So I'll have my slab like that. So when I come to the 3D, this is what I have. Yeah, so I'm going to edit it. I'm going to give it thickness. I click on it. I'm going to give it 500 thick. 500 thick. Then it is going to start. So now I'm going to move it up so that it stops at 0 on our first floor. So I come, after clicking on it, I type Ctrl D on the keyboard. I right click, I click on it, I right click, I come to move, I drag it. So I'm going to drag it up. I hold on to Shift, I drag it up to there. So I can rotate. This is what I have. I'm going to extend these walls down. So I click on one wall, I get any point. For this case, I can go with this point, and I'm going to stretch the height. So I click on this, I move it down. I hold on to Shift so that it is in line up to there. Now I can copy parameters and I inject it in these other walls. So I'll come, I copy parameters of this wall, then I inject it in this. I inject it in this. I come, I inject it in this one as well. Then inject in this. I inject in this one. I inject in this one. Sorry, Ctrl Z. I inject in this one. Then for this one, I'll move it because it doesn't have the same parameters. It is 200 millimeter thick. So I will just simply click on it, I move it down. I stretch the height up to this level. No, Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z. I rotate. So that means I'm going to split this wall so that it does not affect the wall of our entrance. So I'll come to my ground floor. I'm going to split this wall to cut it. So the split tool is the axe. So after selecting the wall, I come at the axe, I click on it. So I'll split it at this point. I want to split it from here. Click on this. I've finished split it. I'm going to join these two. I come back up here. So I'll adjust the height of this one. I click on one node. Yeah, it's already in the stretch height. So I stretch it. I hold on to Shift. I come at this point. I'll stretch it at that point. Now I'm going to edit this slab in 3D. I click on it. I'm going to move the edge. I'm going to offset this edge. I click on this blue line. I come and pick this fourth method, which is offset edge. I click on it. I offset it. I hold on to Shift. I offset it in that line. In the same way, I need to offset it also under here. So I'll come, pick this. I come to the blue line up, click on it. It is already in offset edge. Hold on to Shift. I'll offset it at that point. When I rotate, this is what I have. Then for this one, I'll move it down, of course, but I'll have to cut it also. I'll have to split it so that it does not affect the main wall. So I'll come to my ground floor. I come right here. I click on this wall. I split it. This is the split tool. I split it at that point. So when I come to my 3D, I select this wall, I stretch the height, I pick it, I hold on to shift, I pick that wall down. Now let's give material for our slab. I click on it, I Ctrl T, that is for the settings, Ctrl T. Up I'll leave the tiles, I can go with these tiles. Then for the structure, I want to make it white. Let it just be white. Also down, white. Type OK. I'll have something like this. But to be uniform, let me check the walls, the material they have. Click on one wall, Ctrl T. I come under model. The material is paint glossy white. Okay. So I'll give the same material to the slab. Ctrl T. I'll look for paint glossy white. I just type here paint glossy white. Where is it? It's here. Come down here. I type in paint glossy white. I say OK, so that we have something uniform. After that, the same way, we shall need to drop down or to create foundation for this wall we had created here. So I'll come to my foundation level. I can simply extend this wall. It is in the foundation. Click it there. Then I'll draw these walls of 150 meters. I'll come and pick parameter of this. I draw here. Then I'll come and adjust in the 3D. I click on this one, Ctrl D, I pick a point, so I want to move it, Ctrl D, I want to move it at this point, there, so I join that to this, I hold on to shift, I click on this, I join the two, I rotate this side, click on this, Ctrl D, I pick this point, can move it there. Then I extend this one, I'm going to stretch the length. Hold on to shift, I stretch it at that level. So I'll have something like this. This is for the front. Then next, let us work on the back. Remember, so for the back we are going to have the shade around here. I'll also add the slab, the top slab. So I'll come to my first floor, I click on it, I'm going to draw a slab. I come under design, I pick slab. I'm going to draw my slab from here. Back, I want it to be in line with this. Click that, come here, join this, then finish from here. So I'll come to my 3D, I'll have this slab, but then I want to copy parameters of this slab to this one. So I'll come, I pick parameters of this, I inject it in this slab. So I'll have that slab like that. Then the same way, I'll drop these walls down. I click on this, I make sure it is not connected to the inside wall, so that means I have to split it. I come back to my ground floor, I click on this specific wall, then I split it. This is the split tool. I click on it, I come and split it at this point. So when I come back to my 3D, this wall is alone, it is not connected to the inside wall. So I'll come, I move the height. So I'll stretch the height up to this level. Same way I'll stretch the height of these ones up to that level. The same up to that level. I rotate, so I have something like this. Then the same way we need to add the foundation for these ducts. So I'll come back to the foundation level. I pick parameters of these foundation walls. Let me first join the two, shift, I join these. So I pick parameters of this one here. I'll adjust in 3D. Then for this one I'll move it in front, come back to 3D, I click on this wall, Ctrl D, that is for moving the wall. I put it right there. I click on it, click on this one, hold on to shift, I join the two, I rotate. I'm going to move, adjust this wall, Ctrl D, I can pick it here, I put it at that point, I join them, click this, hold on to shift, with this wall, I join them. Then I'm going to stretch the length of this wall. I can pick this point, I stretch the length, I hold on to shift, I stretch it at that point. So behind this is what we shall have. We shall have some planters here. So I'm going to add parapet walls around this slab. The same way I'll add some parapet walls on the behind slab. So I'm going to come to my first floor level, I click on it, I come to the wall tool, I click on the wall tool. I'm going to use a wall of 150. So for this case, instead of center, I can give my reference as outside face, so that I can just use this slab. So I'll draw like this, I come here, I draw this, I'm just picking at the outside faces of the slab, then I'll draw it up to there. Same way, I'll come pick here, pick there, up to there. So we did not set the height of the wall. Here the wall height is 1500, but I didn't want to set because I wanted we do it in 3D so that we can get a proper height. So when I click on this wall, it is not starting, it is starting at 0, but remember our slab is a bit down, so I'll Ctrl D, I move this wall down at -50, then I'll give it a height of 200. Let me see this parapet. 200 looks big. I'm going to give it a height of 100. Yeah, 100 looks okay. So I'm going to copy parameters of this parapet wall and I inject it in all the other parapet walls. So I'll come here, I pick parameters, I come, pick parameters of this, I inject it in this one, same time I inject in this, I come, inject it in this one, I rotate around. So this one has to move up to this side. I click on it, Ctrl D, that is for dragging. I hold on Shift so that I'm in line. So I'll join this with this. I hold on Shift, I select both of them, I join them. I come, I pick parameters of this wall, I inject it in this wall, I inject in this one as well, then I come, I inject also in that one. So I'll have something like this. So the water on this slab will be drained through this duct. Then in the similar way, the water on this slab will be drained through this duct and also this duct here. So I'll come change also this floor slab and this shade to have the same color down. Ctrl T for the settings. So I'll come to this last one, the bottom, it's the one I want to change. I'll give it paint glossy white. Say OK. So I have something uniform like that. For this specific house, we are going to have a flat roof since it is a modern design. So for the flat roof, that means we are going to just have a slab on top. I'll come to the roof level. This is our second floor level. This is the roof level. I click on it. So we are going to have our slab partitioned in two ways. Actually, let us first see where our ducts are. That means these ducts I've created, I'll have to make sure they go up to the roof so that they collect water from the roof. So that means I'll have to move them up. Let me delete this parapet. I come to my wall. I'm going to move it up. So I'm going to stretch the height. I come here. I stretch it up to there. That means this slab will also come back this side. So I'm going to offset the edge up to there. I'll move this up. Then I'll have to move this parapet. I'm going to stretch the length up to there. Then I will move this wall duct up. So I'm going to stretch the height up somewhere there. I rotate around my building. So I'm going to do the same for this one so that it also collects water from the roof. I delete this parapet. I stretch the length of this one. It is the first option. I hold on Shift up to this point, and I'm going to do the same for the slab. So for the slab, I can click on any node, then I can cut. So I'm going to cut out this part. This is the subtraction from the polygon. So I'm going to subtract this. I zoom in, hold on Shift. come to this. So I've subtracted, this is remaining. I can still do the same. I subtract this. Like that, or I can just offset the edge. So I'll make sure I have only one node here. I'll move this node. I come to this first option of move. I'll move the node to this one, so I'll have one single blue line. So I'm going to offset the edge, so I'll offset it up to this wall. So I'll stretch the height of this wall. I come here, I stretch the height. These are our duct walls. I click on this one, I stretch it up to there. Click on this, I stretch it up to there. So I think, so these two ducts will be able to drain water from our roof. So I'll come to the roof level, that is our second floor level. If you cannot trace what is below, that is the first floor, you type Alt 2 on your keyboard so that you can see what is down. So I'll come to my slab. I'm going to draw my slab. I'm going to use this first geometrical method, the polygonal method. So I'm going to draw my slab from here. I hold on to Shift. I draw it in the interior surfaces of the wall. I hold on to Shift again. I come down here, up to there. Then also for this staircase, I also have its own slab. I can use the rectangular method since it is just a rectangle. I come, I finish it there. Then also this one is a rectangle. I come, finish it there. So we are going to have water drained from this slab to this duct. Then this one will be drained into this duct. Then for this one, we need to create for it a duct this side. So I'll come to my ground floor. Let me first check on my 3D. So in my 3D, I'll need to reduce the thickness of this slab. I'll give it 150. I'll want it at 3 meters, and our floor to floor height is 3.5 and the thickness is 150. So we are going to drop down by 350, negative 350, actually negative 450, so that we get the 3 meters, 450. And let me check in the 3D. So I'm going to do the same to this. I'm going to copy parameters of this slab. I inject it in this one. I inject it in this one. Then now, since we are draining our water from here to this, I will need to move these walls down. This, and this one. So I'll click on this wall. I come to its settings, Ctrl T, or I just come where there is linked stories. I click on roof level, so we are not linking it to the roof level. I click on not linked, so I'm going to put it at 3 meters. So it is down. I'll do the same to this. I click on this, hold on to shift, I select this, this, I change here not linked, I give it 3 meters. I'm going to do the same for this. Click on it, I don't link it, not linked, I give it 3 meters. I'm going to do the same to this. I hold on to shift, I select multiple, I come here, not linked, I give it 3 meters. So that means my water from here will be drained through this duct, then water from here will be drained through this duct. So I need to create a third duct to drain water from this roof. So I'll come to my ground floor. Since I'm having my washroom also here, I'm going to create my duct here. I'm going to create 2 ducts. So let me move this wall this side the same way with this. Hold on shift. I shouldn't forget to split the walls. I click on it, I come and split it at this point. The same way I'll do to this. I'll come, I split it. So I'm going to draw another wall. I'll come pick parameters of this wall of 150. So I'm going to draw them here. And also here. Hope I don't have another big window up. Yes, I only have the small window. So I come back to my ground floor. I'm going to give this space 200. Enter. Let me see this 200 also. Enter. So I'll move this side down. I Control D after selecting the window. Control D. I try to center it somewhere there. Move it again. So I'll adjust this to that. Then the length, I'll give it 1 meter. I join these 3 to form my duct. Then I'll join also these 3 to form the duct. Yeah, this one is behind, so I'll move it, Control D. I move it in line. So I hold on to my shift so that it does not move. So I join the 3 like that. So I'm going to move this wall up. I click on it, I stretch it up. I do the same. Click on this one, I stretch it up to there. Now we shall reduce the length of the ducts. They are over protruding. So I'll click on this, can give them 500. Enter. Give also this 500. So I'll join the 3. Hold on to my shift key. I join them. Can simply select all of them like that. And I join. and I come to my 3D. Yeah, the size is reasonable. So I'll need my ducts to go up to down, but remember I will need the foundation walls also. So I'll come to my foundation level. So I'm going to extend this wall somewhere there, then also this one somewhere there, and I can pick parameters of this one, and I do this. Since I already know the dimensions, this is 200, 200. I enter, I move this up to there, then this is 500, 500, enter. So I join the 3. I'm going to do the same. This is 500, 500, enter. I join this, I move this up to here, I hold on shift, I join the 3. When I come to my 3D level, this is what I have. This one is not in line, this was, I didn't adjust. This is 200, 200, enter. I join them. So this is what we have for the ducts and for the roof. So we need also a shade to this master bedroom. Here I come to the first floor, click on the first floor, I come to slab. I'm going to draw the slab here. So I'm going to use this geometrical method, the polygonal method. I click on it, I come here, I hold on to shift to make sure I'm in line. I come up to here, move this. I'm going to move it up to this line, this wall. So I click there, I join it there. So when I come to my 3D, wow, I cannot see my slab. So I'll have to Control Z. I come to my first floor level. I'm going to set it, then I draw it. So I'm going to give it, from the first floor, I'm going to give it 3 meters. Then the thickness, I can go with 400. Yeah, so I'll use this method again. I can pick this, make sure I'm in line. I pick this, pick that, pick that, pick this. So I'll have this in the 3D. I'm also going to add some parapets around it. So water from this will be drained through this duct. So I'll come to my roof level, click on roof level. I come to the wall tool, I click on wall, then I'm going to give it, the height is 100, and the thickness 1 meter. So from the roof level, it is going to start at -400. But we can first go with 0 so that we just adjust in the 3D. So under the reference line, I can go with the outside face, click on that, I come here, I draw my parapet like this, back up to here, and I join it there. So when I come to my 3D, I have something like this. Control D, that is for moving. So I hold on to my shift key so that I'm in the Z axis. So I'll put it there. I come, pick parameters of this wall and inject into this one. I rotate the same way I inject, escape, escape. I come pick parameters of this, I inject it in this one. So I'll have to adjust this slab so that it reaches this point. So I can do this on my roof level. The first level, this is the slab. I'm going to add a node here. So when I click on it, I pick the line on the sides, then I come to this insert new node. So when I insert a new node, I want the node here, so that when I come to my 3D, the slab has a node there. So I'll move, or I'll offset the edge. So I'll offset it to that point. So I'm going to have something like that. Then also this slab to be 500 instead of 400, 500. And then the parapet can start at negative 400. Sorry, negative 500. So that we have something like that. Then I also need to do some casing around this window. So I'll come to my first floor level. This is the first floor level. Then I'm going to extend this wall. Sorry, I click on this wall. I extend it in front. Then I come, pick parameters of this wall. Should start at the first floor level. So I'm going to draw this. Ctrl D. I move it up to there. So I extend this there. Then Ctrl D. I move this. I give it 300. Let me give it 400. Then I join the 3. So when I check in the 3D, I have something like this. But then I need to move this down. But before that, let me add my slab. I go to the roof level. I come under slab. I'm going to have this at 500, the thickness of the slab. So I'm going to draw it here. Can use the rectangular method of drawing it. And I come up to there. And I come to my 3D. I click on this. I put it on the first floor. So when you check the dimensions, this means from the first floor, the base offset is 3 meters. I rotate, so I'll have to move this down. Let me adjust the base offsets for these slabs. Instead of 3 meters, I give it 3.2, so that they are at least up. I'm going to do the same to this one. Sorry, I click on this. Let me first move the walls up, the parapet walls. Click on this, select also this, so that will be negative 300, so that they are up. And I'm going to give this a base of offset of 3.2. Yes, this is nice. So I'll have to move these walls down. I come, I pick a point up, I stretch the length somewhere there. Let me first do the parapet, because they're supposed to be in line with the parapet. So I come back by my first floor level. I'm going to draw it from the roof level. Sorry, not first floor level. Click on the roof level. I'm going to pick parameters of this wall. So instead of linking it to the roof level, I say not linked. It is going to start from the roof level. I'm going to give it a thickness of 100. So I'm going to draw here I'm going to choose this to be outside face. Then the thickness 150. So I have something like this. I come in 3D. It is negative 300 down, negative 300, like that. So for this particular wall, I'll adjust the height to match with this parapet up to there. I'll do the same to this. click on it. I adjust the height to match with the parapet. But remember, this at the same time is serving as our duct to drain water from here. So that means this one will come a bit down. I'll adjust this point by moving these walls below the slab. So I'll adjust it below here. I'll do the same to this. Let me first rotate. I have to make sure this wall ends up to here. So I'll come to my first floor level. I click on this wall, I split it from here, come back to 3D, I move it down to this level, do the same to this. Then this slab, I'll have to move it to be in line with this. I'm moving the edge. So I extend also this edge to this level. Yes, so then for the parapet, I will need another parapet here. So let me first drag this parapet up to here. So I need another parapet on the roof level. Let me go to the roof level. From the roof level, -300. Then the wall surface, so I'll draw it here. Sorry, why can't it show? I come to the wall tool. Let me draw. As a result, the last operation elements have been created. Change their position on current and scene. Don't show this dialog. Can say continue, meaning we had already created the wall. It is here. So I select that, select this, I join them. So we have something like this. Then also down, I'm going to have this slab again, down. So I click on this, I can drag the copy of this. So I'll Ctrl-Shift-D, that is dragging a copy of this slab. So I'll move it down up to there. So I'll go on by adjusting, click on it, I move it down, Ctrl-D, that is from dragging. So I'll drag it at this point. So I have something like this. This is pretty nice. Yes, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you learned something. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more ArchiCAD tutorials. At the same time, to turn on your notification for daily updates. I remain your boy, your Paul, the Design Pro. Thank you. Stay blessed.